What's up, House of Hope? It's the Flavor King, and welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Flavor KL. Today, man, I'm telling you, we got a mouth banger, man. We got some brown stew chicken and steamed cabbage. Man, this Jamaican dish is packed full of bold flavors, man, full of aromatics. And you're gonna love it. You got your pots? Now let's cook. Okay, so today we're gonna make some cabbage. What I'm gonna do is cut up my cabbage. I got a head of cabbage. I'm gonna divide this, take this core out, and cut it up into slices. I'll take off these outer leaves. They'll be mostly green. So what I'll do with these is cut these up last, and I'll add these to the pot first so they can be at the bottom and get most of the heat so they can get these tender. So what you want to do is slice your head of cabbage in half. Board sliding. Okay, so when you're board sliding, let me tell you what you should do. Get your paper towel, get your dish rag. Put a dish rag up under there. Now, the slippage should be minimal. Okay? There you go. So you split that cabbage in half. Like I said, I'll put those to the side. Then I core it. When I say I'm coring it, I'm taking out that tough piece right there. That little core, I'm taking that out. Nobody want to chew all day on this cabbage, all right? Then, I just slice it. Let's do some nice little slices on it. Right? You see that? Just do some nice little slices. Put it in your bowl. Just like that. That's what we got going on. That's what we do for that cabbage. Okay? And once that piece is done, we'll do the next side of that cabbage. Take out that little core. And we'll shred it down. We're not actually going to fry this. We're going to steam this down. It'll take about 15 minutes to get that steam down. We'll add some onions to it. I'm dumping it I'm putting this stuff in my bowl out of the camera shot, but yeah. So that's my lettuce. You know, that's gonna cook down. It might look like a lot, but it'll cook down and have just enough. Okay, so now I'm on our thick pieces. So, you know, you cut that, you still cut those tough parts out. Still cut those out. And what I'm gonna do is just roll these up. Roll up the leaf. And then put some little slices on these. So that's what that looks like. So when I put these in the pot, the tough ones will be on top and they'll go to the bottom. The tough ones will go to the bottom and they'll be in more direct contact with that heat at the bottom and they'll cook those, and that's what it'll be. We're gonna show you this cabbage, all right? So I've rinsed my cabbage, I rinsed it twice. So this is gonna be ready for the pot. Gonna slice up half an onion. thinly sliced, just so all that onion flavor can incorporate with the cabbage. All right. So now we'll add this to the pot. We'll put the cabbage in, and we'll let that steam up. Okay, so I've added 2 tablespoons of oil to my pot. I'm gonna add the onions in. Add in our onions. Let those cook down. Then we'll add in our potato cabbage. Remember, we got those tough pieces to the bottom. So that's gonna get the most direct heat. Okay? And don't worry, it's not a lot of cabbage. It'll cook down. So we'll cover this up, and once it cooks down, we'll season it, and it'll be good to go. We probably got about 20-25 minutes on this cabbage, but no seasoning right now. We put a little bit of water in, just so we can get the steam going, and the onions. We're gonna add in some salt and pepper, and get this thing flavored up. Okay, so like I said, see that cabbage is cooked down. Steaming pretty good. Now we'll go ahead and season this up. Probably have about 6 or 7 more minutes. And it'll be good. We're gonna put some all-purpose seasoning. And what all-purpose seasoning is, guys, is salt, pepper, garlic powder. About 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. 1 tablespoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of black pepper. Well, it depends on, how much you have. But again, everything goes to seasoning, so. Not a lot of water in there, just steam from the cabbage now, making it have it on a medium-high heat. I just turned it down to low. And it's really cooked out, so that's gonna be good to go. Give it a quick taste. But that seasoning is right down point. Don't need no more seasoning. Now, we just let that simmer for another 10 minutes on a medium-low heat, and that's gonna be done. We'll come back and plate all this up. Look, cabbage is done.
Is there a particular way that fear influences home buying?
I would definitely say fear influences home buying because people are already somewhat intimidated about the process that they're going to have to go through.
And also the fear of maybe homes not being there.
It's definitely a seller's market, and basically it's more demand than there is supply.
Even before you start looking, you want to reach out to a professional immediately. The best steps to start and to make you, more strategic in your moves is specifically to kind of know where you are. So you need to do a checkup on yourself before you get started.
Hey, Dad. I need your help asking Jessica to prom.
Of course. Love is like the ocean. You have to tread the
Oh,
waters.
Dad. That's not the kind of help I needed. Hey, Jessica. Will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
But today, in this video, we're gonna be cooking some brown stew chicken. And that's one of my favorite Caribbean dishes. Well, you know, sure, I just like to eat. You can look at me, I like to eat, so. So guys, like with a lot of these videos, when you're cooking Caribbean food, you gotta overnight this stuff. So what we're doing right now is just prepping our veggies for the sauce, so we can marinate the chicken in the bell peppers, onions, got a little pepper, and the seasoning. Okay, so we're about to get started. Okay, so guys, you can see I already have my chicken. It's been cleaned. What I use to clean my chicken is water, vinegar, and lime juice and salt. Okay guys, so let's go over the seasonings that we have. So what we have right here is 1 red pepper, 1 green pepper, 1 yellow bell pepper, 1/2 of a large onion, 3 stalks of scallions, and 1 medium-sized tomato, as well as 1 Scotch bonnet pepper. My seasonings, I use 2 tablespoons of Lawry's seasoning salt, 2 tablespoons of Body of Complete seasoning, 1 tablespoon of thick, coarse black pepper, 2 tablespoons of onion powder, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of chicken seasoning, Caribbean chicken seasoning, 1 tablespoon of Creole seasoning, 1 teaspoon of ginger, and 1 teaspoon of allspice. So yeah, that's what I use. I mixed it all in this bowl. Thanks, SB, to give these a name. These are SB bowls. These are my SB bowls. So yeah, everything is in here. So we'll season our chicken. Oh, how could I forget the most important reindeer of them all? So we got some Maggies. We'll put a couple of dashes on this. This is a staple in the Caribbean food. You know, they use this with everything. So yeah, you gotta get your Maggie's seasoning. You don't have to kill it in there, you know, because a little bit goes a long way. But yeah, you definitely need some of that. So what I'm gonna do is we'll start putting all of this stuff in the bowl. Look like I'm gonna need a bigger bowl. I'm gonna put that Scotch bonnet pepper in there. I took out all of the seeds and everything, but just put it in for the flavor, not for the heat. But I gotta dice that up too. I dice it up. And then about 6 or 7 dashes of, all right. And then you get in there, you gotta mix this all up. And we're gonna let this sit and marinate in all of these veggies overnight. All of the bell peppers, the onions, the scallions, the tomatoes. And then I'm gonna put that seasoning in here. And yeah, we're gonna get it going. Okay? Yeah, I think I'm gonna need a bigger boat though. bowl is too small. But we'll try to work with it for now. Dropping all my seasoning out of there. Yeah, I'm gonna get me a bigger bowl. I'll be back. All right, so look, I had a bigger bowl, but slightly bigger. So we'll go ahead and season up the rest of these chickens. Get it marinating in the fridge. You're gonna be looking at some hearty eating. Look, I'm gonna let this marinate for 24 hours, so we won't get cooking this until tomorrow. So, yeah. She gonna look good. Got them colors in there. Looks so vibrant. Yes. Oops. Mix this up. We'll put it back in the same bowl. Let it marinate overnight. And man, like all of these seasonings, man, it's gonna sink down in that chicken. It's gonna get down in them bones. In that brown stew. It's gonna be lovely. All right? So yeah, now this is how you should be looking. Now I'm gonna cover that up with some foil or some plastic wrap. And I'm gonna let it sit in the freezer, in the refrigerator for 24 hours.
A lot of times it's easy to attach your identity to something you do or somewhere you work because you don't like who you are.
In regards to getting to know who you are, one piece that people have to really be ready to is look at themselves honestly. A lot of times we want to sell ourselves an idea of ourselves rather than who we really are.
I work in the #1 cable news network in the #1 market in the nation, and I'm the only full-time African-American woman in my newsroom. Being inspired is really saying that at the end of the day, no matter what's happening in my world or around me, it's bigger than me.
Okay guys, we're gonna get started on this brown stew chicken. What I've done already is let the chicken marinate overnight for 24 hours and all of those veggies and seasonings and stuff like that. So you're gonna have a lot of goodness in this meat. So here's the meat that's been seasoning for 24 hours. It's been cooking in its juices. Let me raise that up some so you can see. Look, this thing has been marinating and now it's good to go. What we're gonna do is move over to the stove. We'll have a pot on with some grease in it, and we're gonna brown these up a little, and then we're gonna get this stewed chicken ready. Now I have my pot heating up, got on a medium-high heat. We're gonna let this pot heat up, and then we're gonna brown the chicken. We're gonna brown the chicken, you know, pieces at a time. We have so much in here, so we're gonna brown that up. And then once we got it all browned up, we're gonna put it back into the pot and let it stew down. Okay, we got the pot, it's screaming hot right now. So I'm gonna add about 1 inch of oil to the bottom of the pan. But just getting it brown. And then what you wanna do It's like you want to knock all of those pieces off of the chicken. You don't want to fry those, it's gonna burn. So, you know, you just knock that stuff off, drop it in there. Knock it off, drop it in there. That's what we want right there. That's the sound you want to hear. Okay? So you're knocking off all those onions, bell peppers, thyme. Not going to cook this all the way through because it's going to stew down in the pot. So you just want to brown this up. And put all of these in there and brown it up. So we'll be back when it's all brown. We're just about finished browning our chicken. So that's what your brown chicken should look like. It's not fully cooked, but it's brown, nice golden brown. I'm still doing the same thing over here. Okay, so we're gonna add the chicken back to the pot. Add all that back in. Along with all of the seasonings, we're gonna pour all of that back in. Pour all of that back in. We'll add our water. Turn this back up on high because we want this water to start boiling right away. I have it hot already. I have it boiling on my other iron. You can't see it over here, but I have it boiling already. So I can just keep adding hot water to the stewed chicken. Hot water, hot water. You got that in there. Looking good. So we'll bring that to a boil. Don't worry, the bottom was not burnt. That's gonna all cook up into the flavor of this chicken once the water starts boiling and it start pulling those renderings off the bottom of the pot, and it'll all be infused into this chicken. All that was seasoning down there. 2 cups. 2 cups of ketchup. All of this will cook into that brown stewed chicken. And remember, it's always about the flavoring. So you always want to taste your gravy, make sure it's seasoned properly. That's seasoned very well right there. Because if the water bland, that means your chicken is going to be bland. So make sure you taste that stew that you got in there right now. If you need to add anything, go ahead. You know, all of the seasoning is going to be to your taste. So just taste it, make sure it's seasoned. When it's seasoned, that means your chicken is going to be seasoned too. We'll be back. So in this dish right here, in our Pyrex bowl, I've added some of the stewed chicken broth from the pot, along with 1 part cornstarch and 1 part water. So I put a cup of water and 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Mixed that up, added it to our bowl, added some browning sauce to get that dark, rich flavor, and then we're gonna add this to the pot. So this is the browning. I added this to our bowl. That's gonna give you that nice brown appearance, nice rich look. Grace browning sauce. So yeah, I added that. Back here I skimmed off the grease that we used to, that rose to the top. Skim that off. This is going to be added to the pot once it's about 15 more minutes to go to cook. And that's going to thicken, that cornstarch is going to thicken that gravy. And you'll have a nice brown stew chicken. Okay, so I added the browning sauce to our stew liquid from the pot. And that's what we have right now. We have a nice, rich, brown, dark gravy with the cornstarch in it. I'm gonna add that to the pot. Mix that in. I think on this chicken, we got about 10 more minutes, 15 more minutes to go. And that's a done deal. That chicken is done. About 45 minutes, you know, I'm not including the prep time, but from the refrigerator to cook time, about 45 minutes. You took it out of the refrigerator, let it get back to room temperature. We'll let that come back to a boil, and that'll be done. But that's gonna be soup right there, baby. Ooh, I know those kitchens smelling lovely over there. Now, if you found value in these videos, hook a brother up. Man, look, like, share, and subscribe to Cooking with Flavor KL. And look, I don't want to be alone, so tune in next week. Same place, same time. Until then, just do what you do, but do it with flavor. Peace.
Wow.